Hey, um, I s it's me. I am GP Michelle, also known as the Bizwax, because I'm busy, 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 busy. And typically, someone will ask me a question um, about what I'm doing, instead of saying, none of your bizwax. I always say taking care of the bizwax. That's what kind of where that came from, the bizwax, busy wacky. I am busy, I am wacky. I am fully loaded mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And this year for me, 2025, I'm not making any New Year's resolutions or anything like that. I've always been focused on for the past 3 years, for the past few years, it's a matter of revive, rebuild, restore. And I tell people anytime you get the opportunity to wake up, that's an opportunity for you to hit the reset button, make some improvements, rethink your whole situation, possibly before you get out of the bed, while you're in the shower, getting out the door. Um, just almost like a groundhog day. Every day that you get up can be like your groundhog day, where you can just not necessarily replay the whole day back, maybe mentally play the whole day back to really understand what the heck did I do and how can I improve. So um, this this for me is a more so of a vlog series, not necessarily a podcast, but I'm finding now, because I am literally at a point to where stuff's getting real. I'll just say the shit's getting real. And I am writing my dissertation, comprehensive exam, getting that out the way, and then writing a dissertation, flowing on into it. So yeah, the stuff's finally gotten real. And where I am right now in my career, everything that I'm writing about is going to make sense. So my dissertation, in the best way for me to do it, let me back up. People capture notes in different ways when we're talking about the dissertation journey. Um, First of all, let's back up. I am working not on a PhD. PhD obviously is academic. I am working on my doctorate of business administration, which is more practitioner based, because I wanted to be able to apply it. My goal eventually is to go into a university, be an adjunct professor, and take all of this practitioner information and to be able to pass it on to students or anyone who may benefit from it. Right now, the immediate benefactors are my workplace, because I've transitioned from doing more of the skill-based work to actually more so workforce development supervisory roles. So now all this work that I've done, all of the research that I've done up to this point is now going to make sense. It is going to have a place of benefit. And I'm looking forward to that. So this is kind of like my first blog, or they call it vlog. Um, there'll be more to come as I move through. And the title of this one is the DBA journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because when we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, anybody who's working on their doctoral, if you are working on school, period. But if you are working on your doctoral journey, then you definitely understand. It is literally a second job. And I've been working on this second job on and off probably for about the better part of 5 years consistently, um, 5 or 6 years. I started out taking one class at a time here and there, because I got to the point to where I got my big girl job. Um, when I became part of the public sector, so I got my big girl job, and I said, okay, you know what? I want to do something else. I want to do something that I've always wanted to do, but I needed to be on the right path to be able to do that in order for the information, in order for me to have a solid base. That's because that's what it's always been about. It's always been about me having a solid a solid study. So I needed to be in a position where I can do that. Me making a move from actually being practitioner, skill based, actually being more of the technical over to strategic leadership, and actually being able to have a hand and actually see those problems from a leadership viewpoint, or from a leadership lens. The issues of absentee supervision, and I'll just leave it. I'll leave it right there. The impacts of absentee supervision without having direct supervision, without having someone to lead you, guide you, coach you day to day, because for whatever reason, short staffed, things like that. So that's kind of what my research is going to be on. I'm diving a lot more into what the impacts of that are going to be. So instead of me just writing out a whole bunch of notes here and there everywhere, I'm finding that I like to actually talk it out. I mean, back in the day, that's what a lot of people used to do. They would have like these little handy recorders and things like that. Actually, when I first started in my early college years, I had a little tape recorder where I would take notes and actually talk it back. Now technology has gotten a little better, so I could actually put it out here on blog, actually share with a particular audience, and who knows, maybe even get feedback. So I'm working on my doctorate in business administration. So the real journey for this begins, and I am definitely looking forward to it. So that is a good part. The bad part about it is I work a weird shift, because being 100% remote, you can be assigned anywhere. So I am assigned to an area where the time zone is like 3 hours behind. So that means I worked at mid shift. I'm literally working like a call center shift. So I do a little bit of work in the mornings. I do a little bit of work in the evenings when I get off, and I still make sure I have that window for me to decompress and rest, because sometimes I am literally sitting in the same seat in the morning when I check my emails for homework, check my emails in the evening, or do a little bit of homework. I might take a break. I'll take a break, definitely get the puppy out, make sure the puppy's settled, and then I'll come back to the seat that I sat for 8 hours. And if the lines weren't blurred before, they can definitely during this period, because again, getting your doctorate, whether you are working on your JD, whether you're working on your PhD, whether you're working on your doctorate of education, whether you're an MD, or whether you're working on your DBA, these advanced degrees are like second jobs, and they are not for the weak. This is why we say slow and steady wins the race. So it is like literally a decision factor, and the closer you get to it, to finishing it, you really have to make sure that you are organized, and make sure that you are compartmentalizing. I've had to do a lot of compartmentalizing as far as my time, relationships, and things like that. I'm a homebody, so I don't do like a whole lot, but I am a member of different organizations. Like, I'm very active in my sorority. So some of the things I had to consider with that as well also is like, I hold an office. If I hold an office, I'm going to have to dedicate my time and effort to not only the needs of that office within my chapter, but also dedicate my time, make sure that I have enough time to spend on my studies. And then obviously everyday life. I've been married 16 years. It is not for the weak. Um, Thankfully, I have a husband where we have kind of similar paths as far as careers, where we work, um, what we do, what we're involved in. Um, I'm in a sorority. He's in fraternity. Um, we received our MBAs at the same time, but he's like, no, a hard stop for me as far as the doctorate. But he is very active also. So we have that mutual understanding. But I still need to make sure that he is taken care of. That's the lifestyle portion. So it's a matter of, if you're going to go back and make this commitment, you have to make sure that you compartmentalize everything, because you still need to stay on top of all that work so that you can be successful. Because you have to remember why you did it, or why you are pursuing this in the first place. So um, this is my this is kind of my introductory, and you'll hear more about it. And I'm on a couple of social media outlets, but this is probably going to be the main one here, where I do like the longer sessions. And then I'm on TikTok as well. Um, I'm on TikTok, same handle, GP Michelle Biswax. But a lot of my blogging is going to be here, and I'll do better next time with a different background. But I'm feeling like now I'm at a place to where I need to just start getting this out. Just start getting this out and actually talking about it. The actions are there, but it's nice to be able to get feedback. So I'll try to make sure that it's consistent, and do and actually kind of give you guys an update, and maybe even ask some questions out here to get some interaction going. But I think I've already ran the clock. I said I didn't want to go past 15 minutes. Sometimes for the first one, 12 minutes can be too long. So if you have any questions, or you can always drop anything in the comments. I know this was a live. This is like my first one. So hopefully as the time goes by, these won't be too strange, but yeah. Thank you.